The next part we'll do is the beveled edge, which is on the, it's not really, I don't know what to call it, but when I took apart my laptop, I have a Dell Inspiron N4010, and the black frame around the screen was called the bevel, so I just call everything with a frame that now. We'll select these vertices, and make sure you go to Z so you can do transparent, or not really transparent, but wireframe mode, like so, and deselect these. I'm using C for the brush tool. It's one of my favorite tools. Like that. Deselect these as well. Oh, I forgot about that. That's a little bug I have right there. I can never get that out. Like that. Select this and this. And we'll deselect everything up here. Like that. As you can see on the corner of the screen here, the UVs are not showing because every time I erase part of an image that has a UV, deselect some of the vertices that have a UV texture applied, those won't show up on the UV editing panel. And just so that if you're actually UV texturing, that you'll be able to see which faces correspond to which parts of the image, but I don't think that made any sense. So we have that. We'll add a new texture, chrome bevel. We'll change this. This is the texture I'm not really sure how to do because it's chrome and I haven't used much of that. We'll click mirror, reflectivity about 0.15. I'm just arbitrarily setting these settings. Don't take this to a competition or something. Turn up Fresnel to 1, and don't forget to hit assign. Alright, that's looking pretty good so far. And yeah, let's see. Cross-checking with my phone. Oh, there's a couple things you forgot to do. Oh, I forgot about that. Control 7. Yes, that's what we'll do. We're going to add the speakers right here. We'll select these two vertices. Turn it down like that. Actually, before we do that, we'll hit SX to make them smaller because they're not quite that big. E, bring that down about there, and those will be our speakers. And now for the camera, we're going to add a cube as a separate object. Make sure you're not in edit mode when you add that, otherwise it'll add it as the same object. Grab that up, scale it on the Z-axis quite a bit. Do that. We'll add a subsurf modifier, like we did before. This is very similar to the process which we did to make the phone itself. Add a few subdivisions there. That was my phone again. Scale that down. Apparently I'm very popular today on my phone. Oh well. Grab this about there. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay. I don't think I actually made the camera when I did this, so we'll just include that there because you don't even see it in the render itself. So maybe I'll come back to this tutorial later. I don't know. Now to join these two, we'll hit, so make sure this is selected and that. Control J and they're 1. Wait, I forgot to apply the modifier. I'll hit apply, Control J. There we go. So if we hit F12 now, bit bucky there, appears in the UV window. Why is it not showing it? Right, there we go. Full screen that. It looks pretty close to the phone we're looking for. Now, the two things we have left to do are to add the T-Mobile and the Samsung text near the phone itself. And what else? Oh, to add some special textures that emit light for the screen. So we'll do the text first. Put that down. Shift A. Text. Grab that up with GZ. Tab. And backspace. And we'll type in T, 2 spaces, mobile. Now, in this text editing panel, we'll go to the paragraph option, hit center, font, and click open folder. Now, I don't know how to do this if you're not on a Windows computer. I'm on Windows, so what you're going to do is go to your C drive, Windows, fonts, and I think I did this font, Baskerville. As T-Mobile uses a production font, which you have to buy, and I didn't really want to do that because it's not really worth it for me. So I'll drag that down as close as I can, scale it a little bit, like so. That. Now, one of my favorite shortcuts, Alt-C, convert to mesh from curve meta serve text. And now this is a mesh which can be edited in edit mode. So we're in edit mode, hit A to select all, E and extrude it a little bit up. It doesn't matter how much you extrude it as long as you do. Wireframe mode. Now GZ until the top vertices of this text are barely visible above this black part here. And that's about what we want. There's another way of doing this, but it uses a modifier called the Boolean modifier, which I don't think we'll do in this tutorial. So I added another text object, typed in Samsung, center this, enter font, go to here, and where is it? Windows, fonts, hit Arial. And again, this isn't the real font that Samsung uses, it's just close enough to what I found. About there. Grab that down. Alt-C to mesh again. A, extrude a little bit up. GZ. 1Z, grab that down. Same process. And there you go. Now, on the phone itself, the T-Mobile and the Samsung text share a similar texture, so we'll use that. Hit text. Bring this all the way up for white. Intensity maybe 1. And an effect that I like to add on the phone is under shading. I'd emit about 0.2. It'll make the text glow a little bit, which I find pretty interesting. Water. Alright. Here. Well, actually, let's render this again. I keep on forgetting that. Alright, so as you can see, Samsung and T-Mobile are showing up on our phone. I'm not going to put the icons down here because that just takes too much work and I don't really want to do it. Let's get rid of this window by hitting right click on that, join area, arrow pointing into here, and we're back to this one window. Save again. Okay, so now we're going to position the phone for rendering. So let's grab this up. I'm not going to care about the camera. Position it just above that red line. Shift A, add a plane. This will be our rendering floor. As you can see, we have a little floor. And I'll get rid of this lamp. Actually, I didn't mean to do that. Delete that. And now, under LCD screen, we have the texture selected here. Change shading under emit to 1. This will make the screen glow, which actually makes a really cool effect for our render. But in order for the glow to show up, we have to change a couple settings. So I'm going to change this sky color to sort of like a blue down here, but like a really dark black right there. I think that kind of looks cool. On ambient occlusion factor to 0.2, multiply, indirect lighting, approximate. We are not going to use environment lighting because we don't want any light to be in this scene. Now when we hit render, I'm really thirsty today. Let's see. As you can see, this is glowing a little bit, and it illuminates these sections of the phone itself, and I think I need to turn up the emit value a little bit because it's not showing at all. Go back to LCD screen. Let's try 1.7 for good measure, and I don't think I turned up the text emission texture enough. Wait, where is the text? Oh, I haven't joined that yet. Derp. So click that. Actually, before we do that, oh, I didn't hit that. That. Have these two selected in wireframe. Make sure they're positioned correctly. Like that. There we go. We have both of those selected. Click the phone, hit Control J. Now they're all in one piece. Text, change the emit value to like 1. And let's see how this renders. Okay, so this phone isn't turning out exactly the way I wanted it to, but it's pretty close to the effect. The text is a little bit too much here, but I think that's okay for now. So I'll turn that down to about 0.5. Now we're going to add the text, as I showed you, back here. We'll hit, I'm sure you know how to do this by now, Shift A, add text, and edit that. Samsung Galaxy, did I spell that wrong? Nope. Samsung Galaxy S, font, hit center alignment, add the same Arial font that we did before for the Samsung logo. Windows, fonts, Arial, alright. Alt-C, mesh, tab, A, E, simple enough. Now we have to position it. So, before we move that, let's move the phone itself. So we'll go back into camera view, rotate this on the Z-axis, grab it, position it right about, actually use this, right about there. No, too far in. Okay. Now go like this, rotate it on X, scale it up quite a bit, rotate it so it's parallel with this line, and grab that out. Camera view, put that down so it's you could have it hovering over the ground a little bit. That would make a cool effect. Up back there, and we'll use that same texture we used for the text, and let's see how this looks. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so that's your tutorial on how to get a phone in Blender. It wasn't too hard, was it? I hope not. And for a couple other details, make sure smooth shading is enabled. Smooth. Oh, I'm not sure I want to do that, but okay. Scale that up a bit. Maybe add an edge split on that. Let's see. Oh, one thing I noticed was that if you want to make sure that the LCD screen is really crisp, and we want to hit pre-multiply there, uncheck interpolation, change filter to area, and let's try this one last time after saving. Yeah, it's much clearer now. And there you pretty much have it. You have the Samsung Galaxy S phone. I made this myself. Wahaha. Yeah, this took me about an hour to make first try. I'm not sure how long this recording is. I haven't been setting up a timer, but it looks pretty darn nice. Now, if you want to save this image once it's fully rendered, once the bar up here is done, we hit F3. And I'll save this as tutorial GS. And now you have a PNG of that image, and you can save it in whatever you want. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching the first episode of But Will It Blend? And pardon the buzzing from my phone. And thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, rate, subscribe if you want to. And thanks for actually watching this really long video, and I hope you guys have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Bye.